Hey guys, this is JJ, and I just want to say welcome to Hades. Yep, we're at the archaeological site of the Necromanteion, and this is in the Acheron area, and Acheron is spelled Acheron, and the site I'm at, many of the ancient sources refer to this as the Temple of Hades and Persephone. And they place it that way because it's where it's located on the hill in the valley of Acheron. And let me just turn around here and show you a bit of, I don't know if you can see it, where it's at. Okay. So basically, this is what is where Dances with the Dead took place. Trying to recall visions of loved ones from your past, going through rituals to try to communicate with the dead. Some of the ancient sources include Thucydides, Lucian, Herodotus, and then Homer in his Odyssey. And again, like so many other places that occurred, so many sites were burnt down by the Romans in the same year of 167 BC, and then after that it was sort of abandoned. So my kid had a strange dream last night involving a key and where I should place it, and a piece of fruit and a piece of wax. I'm going to tell you, basically, and here, just let me cut in there for a minute, are some of these beautiful polygonal walls, meaning this site is extremely ancient. Mycenaean or proto-Mycenaean, so we're talking for a long time this site is of great importance for however it was chosen by surveying or earth energies, whatever. So let's get back to the stream. So I'm supposed to have a piece of wax, a key, and specifically a fruit that's not an orange, because all over this area of Greece, but except not on this hilltop or in the areas below it, but where I'm staying and every other place I've went through has orange groves, just so many, it's unbelievable. I had no idea, and they taste so nice. But I suffer with seizures, and I have grand mal seizures, and I've had a few things happen to me. I've been on life support, those kinds of things, and blah blah, that doesn't matter. But so I have a bit of electrical activity that goes on that changes, and it causes me to have seizures. And my kid is a bit of she sees things and knows things, which sort of scares me a bit. It doesn't scare her, but it does me. And so generally she's always right. So she's said that you need to have these three things, and you need to leave them in the deep place where the dances with the dead occurred. And she didn't know where I was going today. She had no idea of the name of this. I don't beforehand say, I'm going here. She knew Greece, but she had no idea the temple. She knows I like polygonal walls, but she's a teenager. She's not hunting up, my route or anything. So I've learned over time that when she says something, I need to listen to it. So what's funny is, before I flew out to Greece at Luton Airport, in the hotel room we stayed in, underneath the bed I found a key. I know. And it's not a real key. It was a little kid's plastic toy key attached to a toy little keychain thing. And I don't know why, instead of leaving it, I was like, I'm going to take this and leave it at like Delphi or something in Greece. And okay, or I didn't know where just when I felt it was right. But I assumed, because Delphi is so, such a big famous oracle site, that I would maybe feel something like leaving it there. But we were in this town, Argos, and I thought there was an area where I was entering into a museum I was looking for. No, it wasn't Argos, it was Necromanteion. That's where it was. The archaeological museum there. And it looked like the entryway to this museum. I saw it online, but it wasn't. It was a church. And there were candles, just little thin candles laying there. And I had never in my life, went to a church and even know what I was supposed to do with a candle, because the religion thing was never, my family never sort of did that. I only know the basics of anything. So I thought, I'm going to have this candle. I don't know why. I just felt the need to bring it with me. So all of this sounds silly, I know. And so I had the key, the candle, and then this morning I get a message from my kid telling me that I didn't actually need, what it is I didn't need the candle. The candle wasn't important. It was the wax. And now that I think about it, the wax is like beeswax or something, I'm not sure, because honey and ambrosia and all these stories of the great oracle sites involved, worship of bee, the omphalos, the hive, the nest. Anyway, so here at the Nekromanteion, I think is how you pronounce it. I am supposed to give a piece of fruit, which I chose a lemon because she said not an orange because it weakens these whatever entities. I don't even know how to begin to explain this. So a piece of wax, a key, and a piece of fruit, but not an orange. So I know this sounds probably pretty strange to you guys, and she said to place it in the hall where you dance with the dead, which I'm assuming is where the ritual places would have taken place, and to set it there beside a vessel. So that's what's going to happen, okay, because I know enough to listen to her. And also, she said that this site is so very old that it was a place of power before, and when foreign invaders started to descend upon the area, the people that were here before, that actually found the power here, decided to try to delve into it and use that power to fight off the invading people. And what happened then was dark entities, or I don't know how you would explain it or how to even say it without it, like I said, mentioned sounding weird, began to slip in to where the point that bits and bits of chaos were occurring, using the power for negative aspects. If such a thing is real, then you can imagine, that harm would come. And the dream continued, and she had said that the negative things were occurring so often that it could not be deemed coincidental anymore. And so the ancient people, the polygonal wall builders here, abandoned it. Yet, I guess when the Greeks or whoever, came, they began to use it again. Probably to, with negative effects as well, but I don't know. So, I'm probably boring you with that story. Here's some lovely polygonal wall. And so I just want to show you how serious, that I take it. when, you know, I'm told something like that by my kid, whom is extremely accurate, I'm gonna do what, you know, she says. So here I have my lemon. The key, the toy key that I found in Luton Airport on the way here, and a piece of wax from the candle from the church. Yep. So, yeah, I take it very serious. I've known all these strange experiences that have occurred that I've sort of tried to ignore because they scare me. That, you know, I know enough to listen to her and just do it, and then go on about my filming and trying to learn, and go back to my world where everything you can see, you can touch, and, you know, science, and none of this mystery sort of things. Okay, so enough about me and all of that. I'm gonna walk into here and see more polygonal walls. So yeah, because apparently this is Hades. Leading somewhere to Hades and like Persephone. Okay. So apparently one of the things that we think went on is the psychotropic drugs that were fed to people when they visited this site were beans that had before being ripened and growing, had a psychotropic effect. And this is one of the vessels that they were held in. Quite a big vessel, isn't it? And that's one of the actual ones, so yeah, it's quite large. Yeah, so the polygonal walls go all through this site, and then you can see where it's also mixed in with this newer sort of stuff. Old, but newer compared to the polygonal walls. And there should be a water area somewhere around here, because in the text my kid mentioned Acheron water, but as we were driving up I saw a sign that said Acheron, or I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's spelled Acheron. So she is so accurate, and I'm so very glad that I don't experience those sort of things like in dreams or firsthand, whatever. Although I have had a few incidents that have scared me, but for the most part I try to not engage any of that. I'm fearful, you know, and I just will walk away from that. Many people are like, oh no, you're supposed to, you know, have a dialogue. Well, maybe so, but that's a dialogue somebody else is very welcome to have. Because it's just not for me, at least not yet in this stage of my life. Yeah, so the Necromanteion is on this hill, of course, and it is at the confluence of the Acheron River with its tributaries, and it's associated with the ancient beliefs of the underworld. Chasms, caves, and canyons were identified in antiquity with the entrances to the underworld, just like in South America, Central America, where the underworld. They would think, that the Shambhala, or underneath the water and all of these things, is where the underworld was. Oh, let's see. The dead were regarded by the ancient Greeks as shadows, freed from the corruptible body, capable of predicting the future. They were also characterized by lack of conscience and vindictiveness against the living. So, getting in contact with them was not devoid of danger for the living. So, people would try to communicate with the soul of a loved one to ask information about the future. The core of the ritual area of this Necromanteion is the eastern part of the complex, according to its excavator, Professor Epirus. So visitors would have entered the north entrance of the complex and lived for some time in the rooms adjoining the courtyard and the northern corridor, where they were subjected to mental and physical preparations. In the eastern corridor, sacrifices and libations were performed, while in the southern corridor, known as the labyrinth, cereal would be offered. Through the arched gateway, the celebrants entered the main hall of the temple, where the communication with the dead was deemed to take place. So, yeah, a lot of these places of power were enhanced by, I'm going to assume, when it says the guests that came here wanting to communicate with the dead were put through physical preparation. I'm sure that means fasting, to the point to where they would begin to have delusions and, because of physical things that were occurring. And then also, like, held in that big container over there that we just walked by, there were sort of the drugs that were given as well to help supposedly influence the visions. These walls sure are nice. The main sanctuary is square, and it has 3.3 meter thick walls. Wow, that's pretty big. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a bit. I'm just sort of nervous about being here, for one. And then I will never get over the accuracy. My mom is gifted as well, but the accuracy of my child is beyond me. I don't know where she got her gifts. Not from me. She's left-handed, and she has the voice of an angel, and I do not, and I'm right-handed, and I don't have any really gifts per se. So I'm very blessed and happy that my daughters, that I have them in my life. So thankful, and so I take heed because she is correct. So I'm just going to continue walking over this way. Some more of these beautiful polygonal walls, whom always seem to have a double layer. They have the so the outer walls would be the finished smooth, and the inside would be the rough hewn areas, not as beautiful. Those are interesting. Little notches, I guess, for the doorways and what have you here, because as I turn around here, I'm going to show you. Yep, on the other side we got our mirrored imagery notches. Wow, some of this wall is very, very thick. So I don't know what this is the entrance way to. The dead dancers or whatever, what have you. Some nice big lintels up there. Some more of this blended polygonal masonry. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's quite a sight right there. Beautiful. So these chambers are mainly the mode of building was this polygonal wall. So we know, very, very old. It's beautiful too. Oh my goodness. Looking like cells or snake skin or something. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this way of building. Wow. Necromanteion. So, I guess ahead of me, that's probably the entranceway into Hades or whatever. I'm a bit nervous about that. But here I'm assuming that these are the vessels I'm supposed to leave my little offerings by. Wow, scary accurate. Wow. These are some massive. Look at this place. Wow. Oh my. Look how big these are. Wow. So I see that when the message said to leave it by the vessel, if she was accurate, there are lots of very large vessels here. Interesting. So yeah, this just lots and lots of rooms, and so part of it was known as the labyrinth, and I'm just, the accuracy, I'm just sorry, it just gets me. Okay. Yeah, so these just go on and on, bunches and bunches of rooms. So I guess this is Hades down here. It's like, I know I should listen to my kid whom said don't go down here. But then I'm like, but what's down there? Gosh. Okay. You know what? I kind of have to go down, don't I? It's just, I have to. Got my little, let me see, is it working? Let's see if I get the, sorry guys, bright setting. Put my goods over here. I'm gonna descend into Hades, y'all. Let's go. Let's go to Hades. Whoa, it's cold. It's cold, cold, cold. Oh, there are some big stones in here. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. Wow. Sorry. Losing the light, aren't I? Okay. Get over here. You know, I thought Hades would be like warmer, basically. Wow. So what would be going on down here would be the people that are fasted and weak and dehydrated and fed then the beans of the psychotropic sort of drugs. They would be down here looking into a basin of water mixed with a bit of olive oil and seeing images of their loved ones and asking questions. That would be going on down here. So long ago. It's an eerie feeling, guys. It really is in here. It's nothing nice, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to walk down here to the end and then sort of turn. My gimbal is acting weird. That's frustrating. Why is it doing that? I sort of lost gimbal action. That's weird. What is going on? How is that doing that right now? Hold on, guys, to turn